That
Real
is not
quick,
happening.
before we get into USC, I do want to say this because I'm not going to wear a hat of a team that currently rosters a USC wide receiver. My team owns this fucking podcast. They beat the Cardinals this weekend. I'm cheering for the best team in the podcast. Okay, let me take that off when we
But
talk about
Ryan,
USC.
before we go,
Yeah.
I mean, say it for the viewers. Marcus Freeman is what?
Notre Dame all day, every day.
Yes. All right.
But I will say though, I do think
Our golden pick.
Our golden brick, yeah.
Our golden brick.
My
He's not
golden brick,
fucking
I'm
leaving.
bricked up 10 out of 10 confidence.
That's a cough.
I do think
Fuck
I get what
Straight
Sean's
Illustrated. That fucking shitty fucking writing.
I do get what well, you know what, and to your point, Ben, On Three hires people like EJ Holland. So you know.
That's my thing. That's my thing. No fucking reporting site would have that clown be able to write for them. Okay, like, and you know what? You can go back in my closet all you want. You can find all the stupid tweets I've said about college football players. EJ Holland is the reason Michigan had to pay Bryce Underwood an extra $4 million fucking dollars. No one should hire that fucking clown.
Can I be honest too with
Yeah,
Notre
go
Dame
ahead.
media, specifically Notre Dame media? I know a lot of people were like this, and I didn't really care about it. But specifically, I think it's Pete Sampson and the other guy's Matt. I'm starting to get a little frustrated of non-Notre Dame beat reporters or Notre Dame guys covering Notre Dame. Like,
Yeah, like Mike Singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, non-Notre Dame
Singer,
fans like Mike Singer.
I feel like Mike Singer at least like cares. I don't know.
It's a business opportunity.
I feel like you at least care, but I mean, I don't know. Those two, it's
Oh,
just always
that's who you got. I'm going with Mike Singer for Halloween this year.
yeah.
You mean the same Mike Singer? The same Mike Singer that when we lost to Marshall and NIU was like, guys, I don't get why you guys are all bent out of shape. Calm down. Let's not lose our shit.
Okay, wait. For Mike Singer's defense, he was right on the second one. He was right. So we can't give him that much shit. He was correct.
Yeah. I mean,
but go on, Sean.
It's just fun. Like you see them, like, and they're kind of like, I don't know, like they say some shit on social media or something. And it's like, shut up, man.
Mike Singer going into the fucking coach's office for a special meeting after leaking Kenny Minchie was supposed to be our starting quarterback. If it's the Goodfellas clip of where they blow his head off.
He is not.
That was still that. I still think that was Marcus Freeman just fucking playing mental mind games with the media group so they stop bothering him.
You know what? I saw somebody bring up that what if Freeman did that to push CJ, right? To develop in camp to make him think that he had to look over his shoulder to push him harder so that he could be the best version of himself right away.
Because this is the same guy that hired Chris Ash.
Which Chris Ash is getting better.
Well, okay. Guess what also gets better over time? Everything that fucking sucks.
No, because what's his name?
Once you hit rock bottom, you can't dig any more down, so you better just start climbing.
Brand Van Gorder got worse.
Yeah.
Somehow.
All right, let's talk about USC.
All right.
Also, Bubakar Traore
is one of the best pass rushers in the country.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
I wonder if he goes to the draft, but
so odds are powered by our friends over at Novig. Number 20 USC at number 16 or number 13 Notre Dame. Got to change that. Notre Dame is a 9.5-point favorite. The over under is 61.5 currently. First things first. Thoughts on the spread? Thoughts on the over under? Like it? Not like it? How are we feeling?
I thought the spread was a little high. Is it just?
It is a little high.
Was it like 9.5, 10 points? Like whoa, like. Yeah,
that spread's super high.
Yeah, I would not take the spread. I'm picking Notre Dame, but it's so funny because I said if we didn't go 12-0, I was like we'd go 11-1 and lose to USC, and it's funny because we lost 2 games and watch this be the one that we end up winning. But I think we win, but I think it's going to be like by a field goal or a touchdown.
Yeah, I think plus 9.5's to play here. I like last year it was kind of like an off year for it because actually the past few years have really been off years for it.
Yeah,
In my personal opinion.
last time it was USC at Notre Dame. Me and Ryan went to that game 2 years ago, and they just blew Caleb Williams out the freaking water.
Well, 2 years ago, it was, if I remember correctly, 2 years ago, Notre Dame
We
was
were underdogs.
2 years ago, Notre Dame was favored by 3 going into the game.
Or yeah, well, underdogs for being a home team.
And then
3 points as a home team is basically saying they think it's a 50-50 coin flip.
We were favored by less last year, if I'm not mistaken.
we were
favored by a touchdown last year.
Yeah, I don't like the spread.
Like, I just think everything in my mind is telling me 9.5 is a lock here. I just don't see this being like, just because of how it is with the rivalry now, I don't see it being like the past few years. This is definitely got to be a way closer game than 10 points. Maybe if it's like we get a field goal at the end, like I could see 10 points hitting, but I just can't put money on that.
So if you want,
and then under 61.5.
If you want to go and get these odds, go over and use code VOCFBND when you sign up for Novig. Remember, participants must be 21 years or older. If you have a gambling problem like our boy Ben, make sure you call 1-800-GAMBLER. Get yourself some help.
Hey, your boy Ben is up like fucking $400 this month, so hop off his balls.
So it is officially hate week, right? Fuck USC.
Can't spell that USC.
Never trust the Trojan. They always bust on you.
Pause.
No pause. Play.
The Trojans busted on you, but
yeah. Or no. So I'm just saying, like USC
golden bricked.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. They were golden bricked, is what it sounds like. They busted on them. I will say this: USC alumni, they had this ability of being involved in knife altercations. O.J. Simpson and Mark Sanchez. But there's one USC alumni that we forget about the most. The year they won the national championship, who was basically a fucking cartel dealer. Have you guys saw that Amazon Prime thing?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you gotta watch it. I gotta remember the guy's name. They made an Amazon Prime documentary. It was like, okay, the guy did not play on the team. Like, he was a guy who got recruited but never ended up playing. He's like this big top. He was a big top drug dealer, and he was able to get the team whatever they wanted and things like that. I forget what they call. I gotta look it up.
Are you comparing it to this year with Mark Sanchez?
Oh no, I just want to talk shit about USC because it's such a shitty fucking organization.
No. Dude, what is the correlation? I was like, what am I waiting for?
I saw a meme that was like, how many days has it been since one of your former players stabbed and beat up an Uber driver?
Well, technically speaking, he did not stab him.
Or not got stabbed and beat up a DoorDash driver. And it was like the Notre Dame was like, never USC. Oh, like 9 days ago.
Yeah. How many days since your Heisman? How many days since the Heisman Trophy winning running back, who's the best player in your program's history, killed his ex-wife and her boyfriend waiter on a random Tuesday night?
Yeah, I saw the Teo one and the Simpson one. Oh.
Yeah. The series is called Cocaine Quarterback Signal Caller for the Cartel. It's a Amazon Prime series. It was Owen Hansen.
But yeah, I look at
this one though, since he's like 80 years old. Do you remember Owen Hansen?
Shut up.
I do. To me personally, I like the line because I think Notre Dame wins this game by 2 touchdowns for the second year in a row. I think the problem is, right, I think a lot of people are bought into, and we're gonna disagree on this, but I think a lot of people are putting too much stock into what USC did against Michigan last week, and are forgetting what they did 2 weeks ago against Illinois. I think the reason that people are saying USC beating Michigan is a monumental victory for that program. That Michigan team has no offense at all. They have no semblance of offense.
They're not winning back-to-back. I'm not
going to lie to you,
They're playing like that back-to-back top 15 games now.
Ryan, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not upset because you're wrong. I'm upset because for once in my fucking life, I agree with you on something.
Yeah, like
This feels so
which is wrong.
unnatural.
Shocker. This is crazy. This is like the first time me and Ben have ever agreed on anything. This
Let's
is
make
fucking
history.
insane.
For the first time
I
on the podcast,
I don't
all
know if that's
three
a
of
good
us
thing.
agree on something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, no, I don't think it'll be a two. I don't think we're gonna win by 14. But I do agree. I think people are treating this Michigan win against a shitty Michigan team.
Which good.
Yeah,
Give
too
us our
high.
ranked team. Give it. I'm
Yeah,
glad. I was
yeah.
rooting my ass off for USC for the first time
Fake
in my
fan.
life.
Fake fan. But no, I think Michigan is not a good team. I think Bryce Underwood will someday be a great quarterback. But this guy was playing high school football 9 months ago. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, he did not have enough time to get ready for this shit for this season. I think Michigan, okay defense. Yeah, Michigan has an okay defense, and they have a great running back. But besides that, this team is not that good.
Also, and I was listening to Josh Pate, I was listening to JD Piquel. Another thing a lot of people I haven't seen talk about this game, or the game against Michigan. Michigan had a lot of injuries on their offensive line. They've started a different starting offensive line unit every single week this year. That's not great. That's not great.
We will have a different offensive line unit this week.
Well, we will, but I'm saying like, and also USC. If you go back and watch the game on defense, it wasn't like USC was just overpowering Michigan on defense. What it was is they stacked the box because they didn't respect Bryce Underwood in that passing offense, which understandably so, right? And so they were able to just stack the box and stop the run.
I dare you to stack the box against.
You're not going to be able to do that against Notre Dame. They weren't able to do it against Illinois, and Illinois cooked them for over 500 yards.
Illinois lost by 57 million points to Ohio State.
So that's my thing. It's like I think a lot of people, like we talked about, are taking too much stock. And USC is this great team because they were able to blow out Michigan, who I don't think is very good. And I think that's part of why this line is so big, Ben, is because I think Vegas isn't buying that USC is all of a sudden fixed in terms of they're not the same unphysical team that Lincoln Riley's always had. They're not the same team that is soft in the trenches. I think Vegas was more of prove it. If you have fixed those issues, go into Notre Dame and beat them, and prove that you can win a physical football game against a team that you have not been able to do in a very long time.
Like my main thing with it is that I think we're gonna beat USC. I just don't think it's gonna be a blowout like how we're making it out to be. I just don't. There's something in football.
That running back looked good.
He did look good
against a very good defensive line.
Third string was a walk on.
There's something in football that just makes it so this game is close. Something will happen. If it's CJ Carr doesn't have the best game, or if it's that we do something stupid, it'll be a close game. I do think we take advantage of USC on the outside.
Yeah.
Like their corners are not going to match up well against Fields and Fajon.
Isn't Lemon a slot corner though?
No, Lemon's a slot receiver.
That's what I meant.
I'm talking about our offense versus their defense.
I know, but like Lemon are arguably weak.
If Devontae Smith plays, then we might be saved completely on defense.
The best slot receiver in college football on Carson Hobbs and Golden. I mean,
I don't think Hobbs plays.
Well, here's my thing. And
Hobbs didn't get until the fourth quarter this past week.
I was talking about this with Noah, and I was talking about with 229. I get that Leonard Moore is not a slot corner, but he is the best corner in college football. He is the number 1 rated man coverage corner in college football, according to PFF. If you're going to have a game, when Freeman was asked this a couple weeks ago of how comfortable he felt if they needed to against elite offenses, would he feel comfortable having Leonard Moore shadow the best team's best receiver everywhere across the field, including the slot? And he said, we feel that Leonard Moore is ready to do that and capable to do that if we need him to. This is a game I feel like you need him to do that, and I would personally like to see it. I get he's not a stereotypical slot, so he would be out of position, and that could maybe cause issues, and you've never done it before. I get it. But if you're ever going to do it, this is the opponent, and this is the game I feel like you do it.
We're going to lose because of it, and Ryan's going to be like, why the fuck did you put Leonard Moore, who's an outside corner, in the slot? It makes no sense.
I don't think we have him shadow Malachi Lemon. Though.
I don't either.
I don't.
Do you think do you think we have him shadow Jacoby Lane then? Because Lane is
I think if they want to try to go out there and do what they did last year at Christian Gray, I don't think they're going to be able to do that. I think we're forgetting one big thing here. It might be a fucking rainstorm in this motherfucker. And we know about USC. We know about California. What we know about them? Soft hands. Soft hands. They don't want to go out there and get hit by the boys from South Bend.
For the first time in my life, I kind of would like it to rain.
I think it would be great if it rained.
Did you see?
I would love to see Lincoln Riley post game be like, we have to travel east. We have to fucking do these games east. It's raining. It's so unfair.
As you're playing Ohio State.
Yeah.
I remember, Sean, do you remember before we went the USC game in 23, there was projected rain, and there was a clip out there of their USC team practicing for rain. And it was, oh my God, it was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. They had a coach with a canister of sprayer, a water hose or whatever, just sitting there throwing the ball up and spraying them with water in the face. That was their way to practice for the rain. I'm like, are you like, bro?
Well, USC players, they know how to play with wet balls all the time. They're in Southern California, so at that point, you just gotta get them wet for them. Yes, that's a joke about USC players are gay.
It used to be a professional podcast, Ryan.
Well, and now we're doing slave labor. So what's your point?
That's wild. Yeah, I think we win this game. I think it's gonna be close, but
I will say this. I only say this shit because I hate USC with all my might. I wouldn't say this about anyone else. Maybe Ohio State.
Bobby says, I don't think winning by 2 scores is out of the question.
Bobby,
I don't think it is either. I just won't put my money on it.
Yeah. I think it would be. This is how I have it playing out, right? I think it's going to be a thing where it's a 1-score game. And I think what's going to end up happening is, like the last 2 years against USC, I think Notre Dame's going to get a turnover. And I think that's what's going to get Notre Dame kind of that cover that 10-point spread, get them like a field goal or get them a touchdown late to kind of put it away. I think that's kind of how it plays out. I don't think it's going to be some crazy blowout like it was in 23, but I think that's kind of – we all got to remember with how much Christian Gray got picked on by Mayava last year. Mayava, when he was pressured, threw a lot of interceptions. Now, he's improved this year, but with how our defensive line is playing now, which is like 8 sacks in the last 2 games,
I think Boubacar Traore is going to be the best edge rusher they face all year. So I think if he's able to do something out there, then Mayova is going to fight through hell in this game. That's also assuming they throw the ball enough to where it makes a difference. If it's raining a lot, it would not shock me if they commit to like a running forward game.
If they do commit to running, I think that's where we
or short passes.
Play Rubio. Rubio's had a good season.
Which, by the way, with how bad our defense has been this year, like in terms of totality, our run defense has been one of the best in the country. Like stats wise, we're able to stop the run. We held Miami.
Go ahead. Keep going.
We held Miami to under 4 yards a carry. We held A&M to under 4 yards a carry. Every team we faced, we've held under 4 yards a carry. That's a recipe. I feel like that's a recipe. If USC, especially if it's raining, you can't run the ball, and we just because that's what we did to them last year. They couldn't run the ball on us last year. Mayava had to drop back like 50 times last year to beat us. If you're forced to drop back 50 times in the rain in South Bend, I think that's a recipe for disaster, personally. Because you're just going to have Boubacar Traore be able to just straight tee off.
Yeah.
But what's your guys' final predictions for this game? And we'll get to our top 25 pick'ems.
Yeah, I'm going to say Notre Dame is going to win 31-27.
Ooh. Man.
I'm going to say Notre Dame wins 28-20.
I'm going to go Notre Dame 38, USC 24. So I think we give up some big plays. I think it's competitive, but I think ultimately Notre Dame gets a late game interception, late game fumble, and gets that touchdown to kind of make cover that spread. I think the over in this game is you're pretty safe to hitting it. It's one of those numbers. I feel like it's close enough, but it's gonna be tough down the wire for sure.